What is up, guys? It is Voodoo979 here, and I am bringing you my pickups video. I don't have a lot of pickups, but the stuff that I do have is pretty good. So, we're going to get into the first pickup. I went to Goodwill. And I saw that they had a couple of GameCube games and a PSP game. The PSP game was Gradius Collection, and I don't currently collect PSP, so I ended up trading that in, as well as one of the GameCube games that was disc only, Sonic Battle Adventures 2 or something like that. I don't remember what the game was. It actually came in this SSX Tricky case, and so I bought all these for $3 a piece. And I traded those two in to get something else, which I'll show you in a minute. But now I have a SSX Tricky case. And then this was the other game I bought, TMNT Mutant Melee. And it is complete. The game is fairly scratched. I'm hoping that I can buff that out if it doesn't work. I have a friend that's a manager at a game store. And another friend that works there. So I took those two games to the game store that my friend manages, and I saw these sitting in the back behind the counter, and they are kind of repro cases for Super Nintendo, and I'll show you which ones I got. Star Fox for the Super Nintendo, and they didn't come with the games. I already had the games from one of the collections I bought, but I wanted to get a box for them to keep them in good condition. So, it's that one. And then, Super Mario Kart. And, yeah. So, those were, I believe, $7 a piece. So, I traded in the Gradius Collection, which traded in for, like, $15. And that other game, which traded in for, like, $7. So, I had enough to get those and have a little bit left over. So that was one pickup, and I believe I paid $10 total whenever I bought the two GameCube games and the PSP game. So now moving into my other pickup, I traded the N64 that I got in the last pickups video. I traded that and a couple of the extras that I had for games to one of my buddies who I traded for this stuff, and he also has a bunch of Super Nintendo games and a Super Nintendo that he's going to sell me, but he has to go get it from his parents' house, and as well as a GameCube copy of the Wind Waker and some Metroid games and some other stuff. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. These are all disc only for right now. He does have the cases. They're at his parents' house, and he's going to pick those up and give them to me. A Codebreaker version number 9. I didn't know this, but when I looked at these, they actually sell for like anywhere between $30 and $50 for the PS2 Codebreaker games, or code discs. This one actually sells for right around $40, so I'm probably just going to flip that because I don't need the Codebreaker. Dark Cloud 2, which I didn't realize was up as high as it was. Dragon Quest 8, Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, Resident Evil Director's Cut, Medal of Honor Frontline, Medal of Honor Rising Sun, which both of these will go to my dad because he's a huge Medal of Honor fan. Sly Cooper 2, Tie 2, Hitman 2, Hitman Contracts, San Andreas, Area 51, Metal Gear Solid VR Mission. Actually, is that VR Mission? No, that's Metal Gear Solid. Army Men Air Attack, Abe's Odyssey, Oddworld, MLB 99, NFL Street, PGA 2004, Madden 2007, and NCAA 2007. As well as two other PS2 games, one of which is a funny story. ATV Off-Road Fury 2 is the case, but the actual game inside is MX Unleashed. And then this game, which most of you can already tell right off the bat, it says PAL right there, and it's in the blue case. The buddy that I traded, he said, I have Army Men RTS, but I can't get it to play. I don't understand. It looks just like the regular one. I was like, well, I said, well, does the case look any different? He's like, well, it's in a blue case. And I was instantly thinking, okay, it's a PAL version. I said, look up on the spine. I said, and it should say like PAL or NTSC US. And he's like, well, it says PAL right on the front of it. And I was like, yeah, so that's your issue. That's the reason it's not working. So it's for a PAL system from overseas. So got that one. And then he had 2 Super Nintendo games with him that I also picked up in the trade. The first of which is Doom. The label is in rough condition right here, but the pins look fairly good. And one of the biggest ones that I didn't think I was ever going to find, and I was super happy to find it, is Super Mario RPG. Around my area, this is a very hard game to find. Its pins are in good condition. But yeah, this game is really hard to find in my area. I'm not sure why. I know why. We have a lot of resellers around here. So yeah, I traded him N64 and 3 games and a controller for all that stuff, which was a pretty good deal. So yeah, that's all for my pickups. But he said he's gonna have some Super Nintendo games for me, and he said Mario Kart, Super Metroid. God, I can't remember what all he said. Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2. He has quite a few games and the system, so he's gonna sell all that stuff to me. He's supposed to go over his parents' house sometime this week and grab all the cases for these games over here, and pick up all that stuff, and then pick up the GameCube games as well. So yeah, that's it for this week. I'm hoping to be able to hit up a lot of yard sales next week. It was raining this weekend, so it was hardly anything, which is why my pickups are so light. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.